I'm Zachary, and welcome to another episode of Poster School. Psychedelic posters from the 60s are so cool. This poster for the Grateful Dead has art by Rick Griffin. Rick Griffin did a lot of cool rock posters.
Right you are, Zachary. This is an original poster for the Grateful Dead, printed in 1969. The poster was damaged, so we linen-backed it.
When we got it, this poster was rolled, as you can see, and it's got tape on the back here. It's got creases and kinks and a big rip there, and a lot of edge wear. Let's see if my wife, look at all the stains on the back and a lot of tape.
This is a really good book. I'm sure my friend Wyatt would like it because he's into rock and stuff. But, you know, we're not talking about him today. So, my dad is going to be linen backing this rock poster from the 1960s.
1969 to be exact, Zachary. We're going to start the process of linen backing by mixing wheat paste. Wheat paste is the stuff that we use to glue the poster to the acid-free paper and cotton canvas.
We are preparing the screen for the linen backing. He is applying wheat paste to the acid-free paper. Those of you at home who have tape on your posters, you might try taking the tape off yourself with naphtha, which is lighter fluid. You can buy it in gallons. It's called naphtha. Voila! It's pretty good on most Scotch tape. Sometimes it doesn't work as well.
Linen backing is a technique where we take your vintage poster and affix it to a piece of acid-free paper and cotton canvas. This process has the effect of enhancing the longevity of the poster as well as enhancing the value. Soundproof Productions was the first company to produce rock shows at the Avalon after the Family Dog's departure. The first event in January of 1969 was a Grateful Dead dance accompanied by Rick Griffin's self-titled masterwork, Eoxomoxao. Later that year, the Dead adopted Griffin's title and art for the cover of their third record album. It was Mouse and Kelly's Family Dog posters that apparently triggered Rick Griffin's interest in rock art and induced him in 1966 to move to San Francisco from Los Angeles. His art was influenced by the culture of the American West. As Walter Medeiros reports, Griffin's father was an amateur archaeologist who collected artifacts from Indian sites and ghost towns. Another key influence was surfing. Born near Palos Verdes on the Southern California coast, Griffin came to love the sport at a very early age. He was also a grade school cartoonist, and by the end of high school in the late 1950s, had developed his own surfer cartoon figure called Murphy. After graduation, Griffin joined the staff of filmmaker John Severinson's Surfer magazine and briefly attended art school. There, he met a group of traveling artist-musicians called the Juke Savages, an early hipster tribe that influenced some of his later thinking. We're going to let this poster dry for a few days before we cut it down and touch it up.
here, so we put naphtha on it. We're going to let the tape soak.
Using solvents, we are removing the old Scotch tape from the face of the poster, something that must be done very carefully so as not to skin any of the face of the poster.
But this part, come on.
Zachary's mom, Oki, is beginning the restoration process where we will take paint and other kinds of color to recreate the parts that are damaged. My wife Oki is using water reversible paints to touch up the areas of the poster that have had paper fills put in. While still in Los Angeles in 1966, Griffin and the Juke Savages took part in one of Ken Kesey's experimental gatherings, the Watts Acid Test, which featured the newly emergent Grateful Dead. Griffin describes the acid test as
really crazy, totally crazy.
Combined with his exposure to Mouse and Kelly's work, it whetted his appetite for the new San Francisco scene, and he headed up the coast. In 1965, he had seen the Charlatans at the Red Dog Saloon and was therefore acquainted with some of the leading members of San Francisco hip society.
San Francisco, but this one I don't know. But I need the shape to draw. Is it on internet?
Let's see, Grateful Dead. 108. Let's see if it's on 108. Ah, it is page 109. Initial, the T looks like a Z.
I-N-I-T?
I-A-L, yeah. So the N has to connect to the, all the letters connect with a line, more or less. So the I-N-I, that's an I there, so this is an N.
My dad is going to trim down the poster and leave a 1-inch border. Good job, Dad!
And now I'm putting a few finishing touches on the poster using watercolor pencils and watercolor markers to do the fine-tuning of the color retouching.
Rick Griffin did a lot of cool rock posters. They're all in this book that I showed you earlier.
The Art of Rock, Posters from Presley to Punk by Paul Grushkin. This book was published in 1999 by Abbeville Press and is one of the best histories of the art of posters in rock. Isn't that right, Zachary? Zachary?
This brings us to the end of another episode of Poster School. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Bye.